All right, story time. So this one time, I had a friend of mine who likes to speed when he drives. Um, he's one of my more popular friends. You know, he goes out to parties and gets plastered and stuff like that. And at the time, we rarely ever really hang out, but when we do, it's always like a movie or something. But I have two parts. So like basically, we were hanging out one time, and I don't really recall as much. I mean, I do remember we went to like some sort of like party or hangout or something, and we were smoking and drinking and stuff like that. The dynamic duo. Um, and basically, we got pretty drunk, pretty plastered. Um, and we were smoking at one of his friends' houses, or at least in front of his house. We were parked in the car. We were just smoking outside of his house. Nothing too crazy, nothing too eventful. I think I puked at some point, but besides that, we were just hanging out, regular stuff. And he didn't really seem to be in like a decent mindset. Like he was pretty drunk, and that's normal or typical, you know. And I don't condone in any way, shape, or fashion drunk driving at all. I'm gonna recall a couple of stories that'll give you some good reasons as to why that's a bad idea. But him and his friend both live close to my neighborhood. I want to say about like 3 to 5 minutes away from my house. He's just in like a neighborhood like over. So basically, he was half asleep in his car, dozing off. And his friend said, you know what, I'm just gonna go turn in for the night. We had our fun. I'm tired now, and I'm just gonna head in. So we're like, yeah, go do your thing. And then he goes in his house and he goes to sleep. Meanwhile, I'm ready to call it a night too. So I let my friend know, hey, we better head on to my place so you can get back to your home, and you can call it a night. And he's really out of it. He's just like, yeah, I'm gonna take like a little bit. Let me close my eyes for a bit. Let me take a little nap, regroup, and then I'll take you. And I'm like, okay, sure, man. Whatever. You can, I guess, go ahead and take a nap and everything and recuperate a little bit. And that was a mistake, cause I let him take like a quick little hour nap, and I was just watching stuff on my phone. And then by this time, like my phone's starting to die. Oh boy. So I tapped him. I'm like, yo, wake up. We should start getting a roll on. And he's just like, he's not budging. And I'm like, oh, come on. And I know he's sleeping. Like I know he's just out. And I'm like really tapping him and really like shaking him and stuff. I'm like, get up, dude. Like I'm trying to go home, man. I'm tired and plastered too. And I wanna lay in my bed. And he's just like, he gets up a little bit. He's just like, give me like one more hour. And I'm like, fine, dude. So then I take a little nap. I put an alarm on my phone and I take a nap. And I wake up about an hour later, and then I'm shaking him awake this time again. And again, he's barely budging. So I'm trying to go home, man. And he's like, all right, I'll take you. So we start heading back. Keep in mind, as tired and plastered and zonked out of his mind he still is speeding through his neighborhood. And he's like laughing and joking about it, and he has like music blasting and stuff like that, and he's just like, I don't know, driving like a maniac. But I'm used to it. I'm like, all right, whatever, this is just how he drives, right? So then we're coming down on a hill, and he's still speeding. And I'm like, I notice he's getting a little close towards the side of the road. He's getting a little too close. Like, so we're going through the neighborhood and there's cars parked on each side and only like one way you can go through. And then if another person is, you know, it's I believe it's a one way. I don't really remember the layout of the neighborhood too well, but I do remember that, you know, it was kind of crowded. So he's flying through, and we're getting close to like this right side where a hill where the end of the hill turns, because we're coming downhill. And he's not really like adjusting like towards the middle or whatever. I see him kind of veering off to the right a bit. And I'm like, yo, dude, and I see like this Mustang that's parked. There's like a red Mustang that was parked. And, you know, like I see us kind of like going towards it a bit. And I'm just like, yo, and then I look at him. This guy is knocked out. He's just right next to me in that split second going, me, just asleep. And I smack him, and I'm just like, you gotta hit the car. And he like in the last second turns, and he just smacks right into like the like his front, like where the side of his car where his mirror is, smacks the Mustang and takes out the tail light completely. I thought I was gonna die. I was in the passenger seat, and that Mustang was hurtling towards me at like breakneck speeds. So it was like really like quick and scary. Like it just happened so fast. And I'm just like, did you almost just crash? And he was like, shut up, dude, shut up. And I'm just like, bruh, you almost crashed into my side. Like, yo, that could have killed me. Like, at the speed that we were going. Or maybe not killed me, but that definitely could have hurt me. Or maybe it would have killed me. I don't know. But, yeah, he screwed up and almost hit me. Like, or almost hit that car or that side of the car, you know, with me in the passenger seat. And yeah, that was a real close call. But that was one of the stories that I had with this guy. But then the second story that I had with this guy, you know, we were coming back from doing whatever it was that we were doing, probably the same thing. Yeah, I was, like I said probably in a previous story, that I partied a lot, you know, in places that I probably shouldn't have partied, and in situations that I probably shouldn't have been in. But we're coming back, but we're not as messed up this time. This time we're a lot better, you know. But I remember we were going up this highway, and you know, he's speeding like usual. And I just remember like seeing, you know, something kind of like in the road. It just looked like some trash or whatever. It looked like it just looked like a lump in the road. But at the speed that he was going, it was hurtling towards us so fast that we couldn't really tell what it was. And then once we were like about 20 to 30 feet away, I was like, that's a deer. And as soon as I'm saying that's a deer, like, he hits it. He immediately hits it. Now keep in mind, this isn't like alive. It wasn't running around. It wasn't just standing in the middle of the road. It was like dead, or close to dead as it could have been. Like, it was just laying there, you know? But I'm thinking, you know, something must have hit it prior to get it to be just laying there and everything like that. But my friend definitely finished it off. He gave it the good old double tap and smacked into it. And I just remember like the car going over it like if it was a surprise speed bump. It was just like, dum, like so fast. And I knew it's probably like has its guts or whatever, you know, completely splattered out through the road because of the breakneck speeds that we were going. And I'm in shock, and I'm just like, did you just hit a deer? And he was just like, shut up, dude, shut up. I'm just like, I started laughing. I'm like, you just annihilated that deer. And he's just like, bro, stop, please. I'm like he's getting upset because he loves animals too, and it's just hilarious because I'm just like, you're an idiot. Like, why? This is why you shouldn't be speeding. Like, you just smacked the living heck out of this poor animal that probably was breathing its last dying breaths, and you took it away from it. You know, I'm just driving that knife deeper and deeper in, you know, because I thought it was funny, his reaction, and he was just like, bro, I didn't mean to, like, I didn't see it, I thought it was trash. And he was just like, yeah, well, it's trash now, because you definitely left nothing but like pink mist behind you after you ran it over. But yeah, so we got to my neighborhood, and you know, he drops me off, and then he's like, yo, can you do me a favor, dog? Before like, this was right before I got out the car. I'm just like, what's up? And he goes, could you just check underneath, like, just tell me how bad it is. I open the door, and immediately the smell of death hits me right in my face. Like, it's just iron and like rot, and it's just like I knew that it wasn't gonna be good. Whatever I saw underneath that car wasn't gonna be good. So I got up, you know, I closed the door, I looked underneath, and I just see like it's just red all underneath it, and like something's like some type of meat or whatever is hanging off like the muffler. And I get up, I look at him, just blank in the eyes, and I shook my head, and he was just like, bro, how bad is it? And I'm just like quiet, just staring at Ollie. I'm like, it's bad, bro, like, it's pretty bad. There's like a sliver of entrails probably hanging off your muffler right now as we speak. And he's just like, oh man. And he gets up, he gets out of his car seat, and he looks underneath, and he's just like, oh, like, it's like all blood. It's like blood. It's a mess of like meat hanging back there. Like, he puts his flashlight underneath, you could literally see like fur and stuff still on there. And I joke about it to this day with him. I'm just like, man, you remember when I found that hoof hanging off the back of your muffler, and like its eyeball and like the front bumper and all this stuff, and it's like all this stuff just to kind of twist his stomach around and torture him. And he still feels bad about it to this day, but it was a really hilarious interaction. He said that smell was there for weeks. He said he couldn't get the smell to go away for weeks. And I could imagine, dude, like that's disgusting. You literally have rotten decay right underneath your car. I'm surprised your rims or your tires didn't give out at any point, because he really hit it like hard. Like, he would have to have been going like at least like 40-50 miles an hour in like a 35. So yeah, that's pretty much it. See ya.